The US presidential voting day is finally upon us, with paramount investment implications for traditional markets and potentially even more so for digital assets. But don't hold your breath, thinking today will provide for more clarity for your trading strategy. The only thing that is certain is today will be a field day for market makers to prey upon liquidations. But prepare yourselves now for the outcome of the vote in the coming sessions. Let's talk levels and trading plan. If you are new to the channel, our daily updates are short format summaries of our market perspectives and trading strategies. We are a team of investment professionals leveraging our careers in traditional finance as traders, market makers, and portfolio managers for top-tier institutions, having transitioned to proprietary traders of digital assets. We have developed a methodology combining qualitative and quantitative factors, merging a multitude of theoretical constructs. Our approach translates how the pricing mechanism is influenced by market maker predatory tactics and trading algorithms, with a focus on market structure, liquidity, volatility, and time-price volume relationships. Please note, our content is not investment advice, or is this an educational channel. It is intended for entertainment purposes only. If you suffer from analysis paralysis and prefer short-format market perspectives and rationale for our trade setups, stay tuned and enjoy. Bitcoin is establishing a weekly range between 67.5 thousand and 69,000. Price action has been liquidity-driven in the absence of a catalyst for continuation higher or lower. Also contributing to local weak price action was the first significant daily outflow yesterday in Bitcoin ETFs with decent volume in excess of 500 million. Yesterday's low of 66.8 thousand was driven to a key liquidity zone, filling a CME futures gap from weeks prior. The local trend is lower and corrective, and the long-term trend is to higher prices. Thus, the market is tentatively looking for that long setup where Bitcoin will finally break out of the over 6-month corrective range and ascend to the cycle top. The US elections could indeed be the positive catalyst to reignite the long-term trend. On that same token, is also probable to provide a negative impetus, further postponing Bitcoin's now overdue post-halving parabolic ascent. There are also incentives for large players such as market makers and whales to suppress price, namely accumulation. With real money now involved via ETFs, one must be cognizant of such incentives in the context of willingness and ability of said participants, especially when incentives are aligned. Looking to market structure and time price volume metrics, Bitcoin is close to the equilibrium price of the volume distribution and likewise close to the fair value price versus the premium discount array of the now over 6-month corrective range. Have market makers engineered this precisely in sync with the US elections? Liquidity depots are also within rather equal proximities to the upside and downside, between 73 and 75,000 and 61 and 64,000 respectively. These levels are therefore local ranges to expect price to gravitate to, with market makers having the luxury of an inevitable catalyst from the elections to determine the sequence in which they will attack liquidity in these zones. More precisely, our model's high probability, multiple confluence points of interest to which we also expect algos to fire buy or sell orders. To the downside are 67.5 thousand locally, and in order of proximity, 64.8 to 65.2 thousand, 62.8 to 63.2 thousand, and 60.8 to 61.5 thousand. To the upside, 69, 71.5 and 73.8 thousand are technical hurdles presenting a headwind to price discovery and new all-time highs. We expect price to range between these levels in the coming sessions and potentially into the following trading week, while the US election results are tallied. Volatility markets, being an indicator of uncertainty and expectations, reflect aforementioned distribution of outcomes, with near all-time high implied volatility in short expiries, and in the implied volatility term structure inverted in expiries after the election. The skew or steepness of out of the money versus at the money strikes, and correspondingly the volatility spread between calls and puts, indicates a high dispersion of price over the near term and higher price expectations into 2025. Other indications of sentiment, such as the crypto greed and fear index in greed, also indicate expectations of higher prices. Futures open interest and perpetual futures positive funding rate are also symptomatic of bullish sentiment. In terms of strategy, the upcoming trading sessions are suitable only for tactical scalping strategies, to which we do not employ, as we prefer to focus on longer-term, higher R-factor setups. We chose rather to exercise patience in the coming sessions and react rather than predict the outcome to the elections and subsequent market reaction. Our long-term bias remains to higher prices. Thus, we will be monitoring time price volume metrics at the aforementioned levels for potential long setups. Zooming out, Bitcoin has yet to embark on its post-halving ascent to the cycle top, to which we forecast will ensue between now and mid-October 2025. Using a cyclical fractal projection, we forecast the Bitcoin cyclical top at approximately 145,000. Looking to the coming sessions, agnostic to the directionality of price, we see opportunities in Bitcoin option markets to harvest volatility premia. We express our trading strategies via option structures, which capture the additional dimensions of volatility and time, to which we can engineer structures that reflect not only our model's time price projections and high probability inflection points, but also volatility, mean reversion strategies. This being said, the aforementioned market conditions present compelling opportunities this week to harvest volatility premia as volatility mean revert subsequent to the elections. Subsequent to the election result, we will change focus to high conviction directional setups. Our base case scenario is a Trump victory. Thus, we are optimistic long setups will present themselves in the coming sessions and weeks. As always, do your own research and analysis. Be safe, and good luck in trading.